Blues. Welcome to Inside the Tower podcast. Um, Initial match reaction from last night's game against Wolves. I didn't want to jump on and do it last night. I was fuming. I wasn't happy. So I wanted to sleep on it and give you my honest opinion. And if I'm totally honest, way below par last night. Very disappointing. Did I expect it? No. I went to the game last night and I was expecting us to score 2 or 3 past Wolves yesterday and put them to bed and move on to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Team news come in and I thought, okay, he's giving players a chance. Let's see what they're about then. Because I've always said that our starting 11, that the starting 11 we've got each week is half decent. And I've always said, and I did get criticised for it. I said that would be mid-table this season and move on. And some of Everton's expectations are expecting Europe, and I get it. We want to push on and move forward, but I just don't think our squad's there just yet. That's my honest opinion. Agree or disagree? That's what it's all about. So let's start by saying, are our players good enough? And I'm not talking about the starting 11 in the Premier League. I'm talking about the players that come on last night. Were given a chance to try and prove themselves against Wolves. And my opinion, way below par. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. And we'll start from the back. Travers. I'm not impressed with him at the moment. I don't think he's a good number 2. And that's my honest opinion. I'm going to say it how it is. Parries the ball out yesterday, makes a good save. And Michael Keane, in my opinion, should have closed his man down to stop the shot. Not go back towards the goal, because you're giving a lot more space and angle for him to score. Yeah, you're blocking the goal, but if he's going to get a ball with enough power on it, it's going to go in. Close your man down. So there's Travers. Not impressed with him, sorry. Moving to midfield, Irabunum. Nah, not for me. I'm sorry, Blues. I thought when he first signed there's a bit about him, but his passing is off. He puts a tackle in, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's at the level. If you're using him to replace Idrissa Gana Gay, it's not like for like. McNeil, I don't know what he's about. I don't know if he's lost where he should be playing. If he's playing left wing, then beat a man and cross it in, because that's what Jack Grealish does. And he can play with both feet, obviously, but McNeil's a left wing and he's got a left foot and he's got a good left foot on him. So beat your man and get a cross in, if that's what we're doing. But I didn't see what he offered us last night. That's why I was hooked at half time. Well, obviously during the second half he was hooked, wasn't he? Alcaraz way off it again last night. The difference when Dewsbury Hall come on was massive, and I'm thinking, well, Alcaraz, yeah, he's a young player and he's got a lot to learn, and I thought he was off the pace last night. Lost the ball a few times. Again, his touch wasn't great. Diblin on the right wing. Seen bits and bobs about him. Nothing special last night. I think it might take him a bit of time. Again, I don't think he's ready to come into the team. I think he needs to build himself up. Again, a little bit lightweight on the ball as well. Strikers. Oh God, this is hard. This, because I'm not impressed with Barry. Yes, he's young. He's come from the Spanish league, but if you want to, you want to get in that first 11, you've got to show more. Again, lightweight. He will get knocked off the ball by every single Premier League defender who's taller than him, because he's got nothing about him. I don't see what he brings us. I don't see him beating a man and getting into the box. I don't see him the ball getting crossed in and banging a header in. And I hope I eat humble pie, Blues. I really do. But last night, it ball bounced off the top of his head. And he got annoyed when I throw in, and he kicked the ball against the advertising boards. And I'm thinking, why are you acting like a petulant child? Rich Arlson used to do it, but he backed it up by scoring a number of goals, and he could do something. He's done nothing at the moment. He's come into our team. He's been given a chance. Other than that bit of nice play against the Brighton game, I don't see what he brings us. And Beto's not much better, but at least he's got more physicality than him, and he will cause havoc for defenders, even if he has a terrible game. But he scored a couple this season. But other than that, not for me. I'd have to start with Beto and bring Barry on and drip feed him into the games and into the squad and see how he does. But I don't think he's good enough. My initial thoughts when we signed him, I was worried he'd be another Moise Keane. And at the moment, I don't see what he brings us other than the attitude that he had. And I'm not a fan of that. So they're my initial match reaction from last night, and are our players good enough? And the ones that are coming in aren't. I'm worried and I'm a bit concerned because we're relying on a 35-year-old Idrissa Gana Gay doing the work he does in centre mid. Now, maybe if Raul wasn't injured, he would have come in last night. And maybe Moyes is probably thinking now in hindsight, should have kept Harrison Armstrong because I'd rather have him playing and maybe sit Jimmy Garner a little bit deeper. He was brilliant again last night, by the way. Jimmy Garner played really well since in that central midfield. He'd drop back into centre half, get the ball, push forward. He was unlucky with the free kick. And that's all that we had going for us last night. We're going to delve into it a lot deeper. And I know we're going to clash with Rich, Adam, and Liam because we have all got different opinions. Look out for that podcast. The end of this week, I'll come out and listen to what we've got to say because we're not going to agree. Usually we're all in agreement, but I think after last night, my views have changed a little bit on our fringe players. And I think it's down to Moyes really. Got it wrong last night. If you want to win a cup, in my opinion, start with your strongest team, right? Your strongest 11. It drives confidence up if you beat Wolves 4 or 5 last night, and then we move on to the West Ham game. Now, some of them players be thinking, a bit of confidence knocked, got beat by Wolves at Wolves with half a stadium. Do you know what I mean? It was empty. And we go to West Ham, who need to win. And I dread to say it, but I could probably see West Ham nicking a 1-0 win. Wolves have conceded 14 goals in 7 games, right? They've scored 8, and that's including 2 against us. So they're getting like 1 goal a game, if that. Don't start with a team that has hardly played together, who are not good enough, and smash teams, go at them and put 2 or 3 past them. And then if we're winning 3 or 4-1 or 4-5-0 or whatever, that's what I was expecting with our strongest team. Then make the changes, then brings the likes of Alcaraz on, bring the Nick McNeil on, bring Barry on. Always start with your strongest 11 possible, right? And if you're beating a team, then you can mix it up. And for the second goal, well, a new signing comes on and scores, but our signings can't do that, like Sabari. So look out for the podcast the end of this week, Blues. Keep supporting us. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, bring that notification bell, and you'll be notified of when the next episodes come on. Keep up the support, Blues, and look out for the pod the end of this week. It's going to be interesting. Up the toffees.